Okay, hey guys, Anime Reviews here. It's gonna be a review for Owari no Seraph chapter 80 something. But yeah, pretty crazy chapter. Just, yeah, 84, chapter 84 review. Chapter was quite crazy, I would say. Didn't see some of that stuff coming, but, so. Pretty much we started off the chapter with Barrett playing around with the little knife dagger cross thing that they picked up from one of the Seraphs that you and them met at that mansion. So they picked that up, and yeah, he's like kind of moving around on his fingers, and so Crowley ends up asking like, "What is it even for?" And we get kind of a hint apparently later in the chapter that it can seal away the first, or I guess it can seal away vampires. But this chapter just overall was crazy. So we had, like I said, Farrad playing with this knife on his, like, balancing on his finger. We have Crowley kind of asking him a serious question of, like, what does it even do? Or why is it so important? And Farrad just essentially says, because Daddy Dearest wants it. And so the chapter is called Nativity of a Princess, which I looked it up, and apparently that's, like, in reference to, apparently, like, Jesus. Or, like, believe it's in reference to Jesus' birth, which that's quite interesting. I assume that would mean essentially like, and like the way I was thinking about it, it sounds like it was saying like birth of a princess, but I don't know. And so yeah, Barrett's messing around with the key. Crowley asks him another serious question: "What are you using the knife for?" So yeah, says, "That's the one you took out of that child that had been turned into a seraph at the end, right?" Barrett says, "Yep." And Crowley's like, "So what is it?" He's like, "Well, you see, I hear it's a fantastical magic item that can do lots of amazing things, but I'm not really sure not really sure, or something like that." So then, kind of just like throws it up in the air, and he says, "So yeah, what does interest me is that Daddy Dearest, who's oh so busy fighting up in the sky right now, has been looking for these for 1,000+ years. He wants them really badly, and so he says seven. There's seven in total." So Ferret's and Crowley says, "Oh, Rugged Stafford wants it. So what are you waiting for?" And he just goes like makes noise and says that he's waiting for the signal. Of course, I have been for hundreds of years. And so then you have back to the fight. You have Shinoa possessed by the first saying, "Good question." Like, notice that presence pretty much, and it's like, did you do that, or did you cause that? And he's Rigger Stiver's just like, huh, good question. And so they go back to fighting, and it says, first possess Shinoa, or I don't know what to call her, Shikima Doji, and Shinoa's body is pretty much saying, "Come now, I know you wouldn't challenge me without a trump card or three. Even 2,000 years ago, you weren't that foolish." And so this is kind of when the chapter starts getting crazy. So we have Rigger Stafford saying, "Uh-oh, don't tell me you just got even more powerful. Now this is a problem." And so it says, whatever that trump card is, I won't let you use it. We're done now, ta-da." And then sends out this like giant scythe kind of thing, and then he yells, "Activate full curse system now." And so then we cut over to Shinya pretty much saying that he needs to find Gurren. Then we go to Yoichi and Kimazuki, and this is kind of where the chapter just goes off the rails for me. So yeah, they're running away carrying Mirai, yelling like, "Oh gosh!" And then Yoichi's like, what's going on here? Is everybody dead? Because they just run into the area and just find everybody dead. Kimazuki's just yelling, forget it and run. We have to get out of here. I can go where? Don't ask me. Just we need to get away from here, basically. And then Yoichi says, that guy in the suit said we should go to Shinjuku. And so, yeah, Kimizuki's just like, I don't trust anyone right now. We're leaving Tokyo completely. I have to save my sister. And then Yoichi says, okay, I'll help you. And then they run into Gurren, and he's just like, Yoichi notices the horns, and then Gurren's just like, Kimizuki, I'm sorry. I have to kill your sister. So, yeah, he just proceeds to do that pretty much. Because Kimizuki's like, what? And then Yoichi's like, what? Wait, what does he just... So, like, pretty much Yoichi's bewildered. Kimizuki gets pissed off because he's like, are you serious? Tell me that's some kind of joke. And so then he proceeds to kill Mirai, like, really quickly, like, before they even had time to blink, he, like, bypassed Kimizuki and stabbed her. And then he, like, throws her on the ground. Kimizuki is, like, freaking out because he just saw that, so he starts transforming into a demon. So Yoichi knocks him out because he tells Gekuen to stop him. Then Gurren says that was a good call. Yeah, says that was a wise choice, Yoichi. And then he's like, Lieutenant Colonel, that was a really mean thing to do. Why would you do something like that? And so then we see Mirai's like knife thing come out. And then Gurren pretty much tells Yoichi to leave Shibuya. He says, collect the body and leave Shibuya. And so, yeah, he's like, Yoichi looks down and says, collect the body, and then he says, then you mean to say that it's possible to bring her back to life? He doesn't say anything. Because, like, the Seraph wings disappear, like, we see them, like, kind of retract or something, or vanish. And then Yoichi asks, isn't bringing humans back to life supposed to be taboo? I thought that was what caused all this pain and then Gurren says, your sister died, right? Her body is in storage. And then you just have Yoichi's blank face, and then just the demon immediately starts taking over because he's just like, what did you just... And Gurren just laughs and says, I knew it. In the end, humans just can't resist what they most desire. And then he's just like, Gecko and kill him. And so, yeah, then he pretty much says, leave Shibuya. And he's like, not on your life. I'm not letting you get away from me, Gurren Ichinose. And then he's just like, well... And so, he's just like pulling back the bow, and he's like, Gecko and kill him. And then he just jumps up to where the first is. And so, yeah, the first, like, don't tell me this was your trump card. And then, so, yeah, just smiles, and it's like, Rigger's just like, you're late. I nearly died. And Gurren's like, not my problem. And the first tries to kill Gurren, but or Noya and Mahir's, like, block the things. And then the first is, like, shocked because of the little, like, knife. We get to hear what they're called. They're called sinful keys. And so Mahir just tells Shinoa to hang in there. We're going to rescue you. And Rigger's like, the key. And I think he either drops it or throws it up to him. And so, yeah, the first says, what a sinful key. And then he says, but it's only one. That isn't enough too. And it says, according to my calculations, Rigger says, according to my calculations, and considering that you still haven't manifested your real body, 3 should be enough to seal you away. No, it should be. And so, the first tries to say, no, it isn't nearly enough, but then he gets attacked by Gurren, and he's like, hurry up, Saito. And of course, Saito ends up double crossing them because the first, like, you aren't going to hit me with that, right? Not with what little speed you have. And then he says, oh, possibly. But if I ate 3 more demons, then what? So he goes to attack, or Rear goes to attack Gurren. Noya's yelling what, and Mahiru is saying, Saito, you're betraying us. But then Gurren's just like trolling, pretty much just like, just kidding, Ferret. And so yeah, Ferret appears saying, why hello, did you know, Daddy dearest, according to my calculations, just one of these is enough to break you. So Ferret ends up stabbing Rigger with one of the sinful knife things, or sinful keys. There's this huge explosion, and then Gurren grabs a key, Noya grabs a key, and Mahiru gets a key. And then they seemingly hit Shinoa with all three of them. And then that's where the chapter ends. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty good chapter. Pretty crazy stuff going on with Yoichi and Kimizuki, because not really sure where they're gonna go, because they're just kind of half demon now, kind of like you was before, seemingly, or they're like on the verge of turning into demons because of what Gurren did. Because Kimizuki's sister just got killed in front of him, and that was his whole reason for joining this mission in the first place and staying with everyone. And Yoichi's got pretty much tempted by the fact that his sister is still somewhere, even though he saw her die in front of him. So yeah, we'll have to see where it goes from there. Hope you all enjoyed this review / video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like. Comment down below in the comment section what your thoughts were. Share the video. Check out the links down below to stuff like Streamlabs, Twitter, Twitch, all that, and the Discord, all down in the comment section in the description box. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, so I'll see y'all next time. See ya later.